From New York City, it's Wendy Williams. Today, funny man Anthony Anderson has an exclusive announcement you don't want to miss. Plus, Wendy breaks down the premiere of Dancing with the Stars. And are Miley and Liam done for good? And now, here's Wendy!
Thank you so much. Say hello to my little friends, my studio audience co-hosts. How you doing? Sensational. We've got a great show for you today. Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth have finally called it quits, hopefully this time for good. Plus, Britney Spears is heading to Vegas. I've got all the details. And we've got all the sizzling highlights from last night's premiere of Dancing with the Stars. Let's talk about it and more. It's time for Hot Topics. Have a seat, everybody. So, you look beautiful. You're welcome, my co-host. Did you watch the season premiere of Dancing with the Stars last night? Okay. There are a few highlights I wanted to talk to you about. First of all, Amber Riley from Glee, who I told you I'm voting for her, and Leah Remini to win. Okay, so Amber is a front runner. See, I'm betting on the right dancer. She and her partner, Derek Huff, got the highest scores of the night. They got 27 points, the highest score of the night. Now, I did notice that Amber looked like she'd gained a couple of pounds since the last time we saw her. She's been here to the show, but don't you worry, because on Dancing with the Stars, everybody loses weight. So, good for you. And Amber, by the way, you look really sexy, too. Sorry. Then Leah Remini and my Tony Dovolani danced very well last night. The judges said that Leah exemplifies sass and class, which, good for her, but why did you all put her in those heavy, nasty clothes? I mean, honestly, Dancing with the Stars, you save outfits like this for fat girls. And, who are conscious of themselves, I mean, if you're a fat girl and you're conscious of yourself, then, you want to be swathed in a lot of material. And I don't mean fat negative, I just mean I only have an hour to talk to you, so I gotta talk straight. Leah Remini's got a pretty decent physique. I'm surprised she wasn't wearing less. Do you know what I'm saying? Because to me, that's one of the great things about being on Dancing with the Stars is that you get a chance to wear nearly nothing, lots of sparkles, way too much makeup, and hosiery. Not just tights, yeah. And then, Bill Nye, the science guy, he got the lowest score, 14 points. Look, but, he hosts the beloved children's show, but look how he dances. He dances like Ralph Cramden, doesn't he? Remember when Cramden used to dance and move his belly and stuff? Well, Bill has a sense of humor. Even though he got 14 points, he described it as Beauty and the Geek, he and his dancer. So I don't know whether he'll be the first to go, but I do know that he had the lowest score last night. And then Snookie closed out the show. I thought that she danced terrifically for Snookie. Didn't you think that she'd be different? Although, I mean, you just don't know how people are gonna dance in the ballroom. But she was a cheerleader. So, she's got a bit of that thing where she's not scared to let go. And then they got an equally little short person to dance with her. And, she recently lost 50 pounds. I thought that the beauty of her red hair and the pink outfit and the ballroom being dusted with pink light looked beautiful. There's one thing that Snookie requests of all of us, though, now that she's a woman. She wants to be called Nicole. Okay, Snookie. My thing is how I meet you is how I continue to call you, which is why, like, you know, I started out Wendy Williams, my maiden name, and then I was on the radio, and then I made a degree of popularity, and then even though I got married, it was very hard to think about you addressing me as something else. I hate when the celebrities do that. Although, there are some celebrities who make that transition just nicely, and I'll get in names and come back to you tomorrow with that. But anyway, Snookie, good luck on Dancing with the Stars. And then there's Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth, which, you know, they have officially called off their engagement. You can clap for that, or I'll be the only one. Not because I don't love love. I love love and I root for love, but you know, they've been dating since 2010 and she is only 20 years old. A 20-year-old has no need, a girl these days, to be engaged. That was back when we weren't allowed to vote and when we had to have babies by 15. You know, that's when our parents traded us in for 4 goats and a mule. You know, now a girl at 20 getting married to me is just plain foolish, or even being engaged. And the boy is only 23, him too. Why do young kids have to be that in love? Why are you that in love? Anyway, apparently it's over, and he's also moved on. According to Radar Online, he's moved on. First of all, he was mortified by Miley's racy VMA performance. He's the first one that I thought about when they danced. A lot of you all thought about Robin Thicke's wife. I thought about Liam. You know, what's he gonna do? What kind of man would stay with a woman like this? Well, I sounded like my mother there for a moment. Well, according to E! News, everybody, Miley was the one who ended the relationship. Apparently, she thought that Liam was being less than faithful. Well, we call it cheating, but she called it less than faithful. And you know what? Maybe there's truth to that, because Miley, you've been grinding up on a whole lot of guys in recent months, and so maybe it would just be assumed by Liam that two can play at that game. Anyway, I'm just glad that you are both happy and you're broken up. No need to be in love that deeply. And Liam has moved on. He was spotted this past weekend getting cozy with a Mexican singer-actress named Eliza Gonzalez. Equally as pretty as Miley, but with a classy edge. Let me show you the other picture, because she gets naked too, see? They're naked, but it's not quite as naked. I wonder if that's one big necklace with a gigantic clasp in the back, or whether she stood in her mirror forever layering, layering, layering. I had brought some pearls when we went away this summer, and they were all in the same bag, and I actually sent a picture on my Facebook, Twitter, of my father sitting at the kitchen table trying to undo the knots. You ever not, I mean, that looked, when a woman was up there, looked like, yeah, a knotty mess, if she just let it go. Anyway, being a girl. Then Miley unfollowed Liam on Twitter, which to the kids, that's everything. When you unfollow somebody, it's really over. So it's over. All right. Let's move on to Britney Spears, because I love this story. She's heading to Vegas. Everybody's heard about it already when you woke up this morning? I might have made the bumps that attach my wigs too big today. There, it's like that. Okay, there, Anyway, Britney is going to Vegas. We've been teasing that since last spring, but it's official tishel. She's going to make a lot of money. She's going to be at the Planet Hollywood beginning in December for 2 years. And she's not going to be living there. Late breaking news right before I came out here, because we all thought she was going to be living there. But she's going to be commuting back and forth between Vegas and LA. Which people on the West Coast, you always make Vegas seem like it's right around the corner from LA. I'll put it in perspective for us here in New York. It's the equivalent of taking a trip to Boston, which is 45 minutes on the plane, but 5 hours to drive. It's not exactly like you work in New York and you live in Boston. But that's what Britney's gonna be doing. She's gonna be singing at the Hard Rock, and at the Hard Rock, is that? Planet Hollywood, and then she'll also be making, she'll be going back home to LA because she doesn't want to uproot her kids who are now, you know, in school, and you know how it is when you have kids. But according to TMZ, Britney will be making $310,000 per show. Relax, everybody. No. Relax, everybody. That sounds big until you pull out your adding machine, which I did. All right, she's gonna be doing 48 shows a year, at $310,000, which means she'll be making almost $15 million a year. But that is a lot of commuting and mileage on the car, number one. Number two, she's got to do all those shows when all she had to do was be a good judge on X Factor and sit her tone tushy in that chair. No, listen to me. If she sat down in that chair and she judged really well, she was already making $15 million a year on X Factor, and that's the easier, cushier job. Not dancing and slaving for you and all that stuff on the stage in Vegas. I'm out of breath just talking about it. And besides, I also pulled out what Celine Dion was making reportedly when she was in Vegas. And she was making $33 million a year with no mileage on her car because she lived in the hotel. That's all I'm saying. But good luck, Britney. You be happy. And get your rest. So now, Simon Cowell. We talked about him yesterday. We're going to talk about him today. You know he's notorious for keeping his exes very happy and very close to him, don't you? We've talked about this. It might not be your taste, but his girls go along with it, and I find it cute. There he is with two of his girls right there. One is Sanita, that's the black one, and the white one is Mishkan. And now Sanita and Simon have been mixing it up since the 80s. I've got the picture to prove it. And Mishkan was his makeup artist on American. See? Okay. And then Mishkan, the white lady in the purple dress, she was his makeup artist on American Idol, right? On American Idol. You can imagine falling in love because of the closeness. She's doing his eye makeup, and he's looking at her. Anyway, so everybody gets along. And Simon's baby's mother, Lauren Silver, let me show you a picture of them on vacation together. Wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry up there in the booth. Get that. Yeah, there's the vacation picture. Okay, now there's Simon laying. There's Sanita, you see, with her back to us. There's Mishkan, the makeup artist, with the blue bathing suit. And there's that woman he's calling a baby's mother here in the hat. Okay, so they're all of his girls. In the meantime, Simon's baby's mother, Lauren, that's the woman in the hat, she's causing a lot of tension in the flock. Well, according to the Daily Mirror, Lauren allegedly sent a text to 3 of Simon's exes, assuring them that she'd look after him. I guess as if to say, you girls' services won't be needed anymore. I am looking after Simon. I mean, she didn't say that, but you know. The report is that Lauren intended the message to be a friendly gesture, but all the ladies in the flock are skeptical of her motives. Well, you know what her motives are. Her motives are to have Simon's baby. Her motives are, I'm sure, to marry Simon, only the likelihood of that happening are as likely as Kim and Kanye getting married, honey. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Except in the case of Lauren, it will never happen because nobody wants a woman who is cheated on that level, or man. Now listen, let me explain to you. There's cheating, and then there are levels of cheating. She is cheated on the most violent, disgusting level. Who would want her? All right, she cheated, but not with a random guy like the plumber. She cheated with her husband's best friend. Then she cheated, and apparently the contraception either failed or she didn't use it. So she gets pregnant with her husband's best friend, Simon. Then it's been going on a lot longer than what the husband originally thought. Allegedly. Then, not only that, the way the husband, Andrew, found out, as I told you yesterday, he walked into the master bedroom at their home and there's Simon half naked, allegedly. According to the magazines. You Google schmoogle, okay? I'm tired of talking about this, and there are levels of cheating, and she's cheated on the most disgusting level. Is there a man in the audience who would want her? No. Exactly. I'm talking about after the millions that she got from her divorce and she'll get from Simon run out. Yes. Yeah, yes. Yeah, yes, you know. And please, I know what you're gonna say. Well, Wendy, why are you blaming the woman? I explained this to you yesterday, and this is the last time I'm gonna say it. Simon has already presented himself as being caddish. So you don't expect any better from Simon, but you expect better from a woman who's the mother of a 7-year-old and has been married for a decade. That's all. And besides, now, the black girl in the cutoffs that was on the boat, Sunita, is talking, and she talked to Hello Magazine, and she said she felt blindsided by Simon having a child. Sunita, a long time ago, accepted the fact that Simon didn't want kids, and she respected it. And now she felt betrayed that he was having a child with another woman. In other words, out of all the women in his life, this Sunita probably thought if he was ever gonna have a child, it would be with her. Yeah, I get how you feel, Sunita, but the whole world is looking at Lauren crazy, or at least I am, and I'm judging, and it's not good. So now Will and Jada's son, Jaden, recently encouraged his 4.5 million Twitter followers to drop out of school. This is beyond children doing stupid things, because this boy is 15 years old, and at 15, we all understand the value of an education. But alas, with 4.5 million Twitter followers, this young man chooses to go on Twitter and talk kind of reckless and crazy, especially considering in this world, the United States is like number 15 in education. Did you see those stats? It was like at the end of the summer. This is the end of the summer, but I mean a couple of weeks ago I saw that. Horrible. Anyway, Jaden tweeted, "School is a tool to brainwash the youth. And if everybody in the world dropped out of school, we would have a much more intelligent society." This boy needs a spanking. And since his parents don't seem to be doing it, a lecture from his closest aunts and uncles and his grandmother. I mean, honestly, Jaden, you know, is homeschooled right now. He used to attend a school founded by his parents, but the school allegedly lost funding. Well, the school's out in California. I don't know what kind of school, what they teach, but if they teach anything like Say No to School, then there are probably only 2 kids in it, and that would be those 2 right there. And then nobody wants to fund a school with 2 students. I don't know. All I'm saying is that somebody needs to take his Twitter away or really talk to him about that, because, you know, it's easy to say drop out of school when you are an entitled rich kid from Hollywood, you know. But what about the rest of everybody else out here in the streets trying to make a way? So girls and guys, men watch the show too. Everybody, it looks like Demi Moore has a new man. Not ooh. You mean ew. Okay, according to E! News, Demi, who's 50, by the way, do you know that she and Ashton are still going through that damn divorce? It's been a year in December. Anyway, look, she's dating this restaurant mogul. His name is Peter Morton. I know what you're thinking, Morton Steak. I love it too. But no, this is Peter Morton, Hard Rock Cafe. Hard Rock Cafe, yes. And there's Peter. It's good, right? He's like her age, you know, 50. That's good. It's a good little sexy 50-year-old couple. Problem is, Demi, oh, no, excuse me, he's 66. And she's 50, and that's the sweet spot of what she should be dating, not these 12-year-olds. The bad part about this relationship is that Demi reportedly dated Peter's 31-year-old son for 6 months. Father and son have good genes though, right? Look, not a blonde in the whole picture. Isn't that beautiful? All brunettes. Okay, now here's the nasty part of it. Okay, so Demi split with a 31-year-old son in May. But Harry, and we've talked about this on Hot Topics, I'm just trying to refresh you, because now she's not dating the son anymore, she's dating the father. But do you know that Harry reportedly introduced his dad to Demi? That's pretty open. I wonder how open father and son are with Demi. And they reportedly have been spotted for dinner together, the 3 of them. But here's the kicker to the whole story. When rumor Demi's now 20-something was only 19 years old. She dated Harry. And she didn't just date him, it was one of her first loves, allegedly. And then when he broke her heart, she cried in the bosom of her mom, Demi. So how does Demi kick her back in? By dating him herself. It's just really messy. Demi, you need to get yourself together. I can't believe the whole summer of 2013 has gone by and you still don't have it together. Divorce Ashton, move on with your life. But it is nice to see that you're dating men more age appropriate than, you know, somebody so much younger. And by the way, girl, you still look beautiful. She's a pretty girl to me. I'm gonna be 50 years old next July. And all I'm saying is, not ooh. It's more like, regardless of what age you are, don't you look at other women in your age group around you? And I love it when I'm in good company. Vanessa Williams and Demi Moore and some of these girls, some of you in the audience that are 50 and 51 who keep it tight, keep it right. I love that. Anyway, everybody, I wanted to share something with you. Okay. Summer's over, as you know. The kids are back to school, many of us are back to work, and it's time to get back into our daily routine. So, you know, I've always been a toothnista. That's a person very serious about oral hygiene. And now I'm excited to bring you a brand new toothbrush, and here it is right here. Oh, it's not just any toothbrush. It's a Philips Sonicare Power Up toothbrush. This is good, I gotta tell you. This is the #1 recommended brand by dental professionals. It gives you a chance to try a power toothbrush at a great value. Batteries are already included, and it provides a month's worth of brushing in just one day. Not wow, studio audience. You can try them yourself because you're all going home with it. Thank you, Philips Sonicare. Go to sonicare.com to learn more about Philips Sonicare Power Toothbrush. Keep clapping, we've got a great show for you. The very funny Dr. Anthony Anderson is here. Anthony has an exclusive announcement just for us. You don't want to miss that, but up next, it's time for Celebrity Fan Out. Keep it here. So it's time for our first celebrity fan out of the season. Let's get started. All right. Our first celebrity fan out comes from Jessica K, who watches The Wendy Show on KTTV in Culver City, California. Jessica writes, "How you doing, Wendy? I was on my way to dinner to celebrate my birthday with some friends, and guess who I ran into? David Beckham. He was out with his beautiful children, but agreed to take a photo of me. He was so nice and sexy. It was the best birthday ever." Don't they look like a couple? Yeah. Jessica, your stomach looks great. Yeah. Okay. Our next celebrity fan out comes from Tiffany M, who watches our show on WNYW in Staten Island, New York. And Tiffany writes, "My family and I were driving to New Jersey to go not apple picking. Oh, the days. Gone apple picking and stopped for breakfast at the Cracker Barrel. Not the Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel. The place was packed, so we sat outside and waited for a table. On the rocking chairs? Well, guess who sat next to us? None other than R&B superstar Miguel. Oh my gosh. The crazy thing is that you really do look out of place when you dress like a rock star to go to Cracker Barrel. But I love that Miguel doesn't break role. She says, I couldn't believe Miguel was there waiting for a table at Cracker Barrel in New Jersey. He happily agreed to pose for a photo with me and my sons, with two of my sons, Connor and Zachary. He was so sweet and humble. We love Miguel here at the show. Yeah, we love him. Okay. Our next celebrity fan out comes from Erin J, who watches our show on KTTV in Downey, California. Erin writes, I was at the beach with my family when I saw a crowd of paparazzi. When I walked a little closer to see what all the commotion was about, I couldn't believe my eyes. It was Gwen Stefani. At the beach in full wardrobe. She says, I went up to her to ask her for a photo. The second she agreed, my entire family suddenly jumped into the photo. I'm second from the right. She was so friendly and looked even more gorgeous in person. Do you know that Gwen is pregnant with, I think, her third child? Yeah, she's 43. So good luck, Gwen, and thank you, Erin. That's a good celebrity spotting. We have another one. It's from Jennifer S, who watches our show on WCJB in Ocala, Florida. She says, my husband and I went out to dinner to celebrate our 11th wedding anniversary with our 8-year-old daughter and saw Shaquille O'Neal dining at the table next to us. I love him. He's so likable. Look, he agreed to take a photo with my husband and even kissed his bald head. She goes on to say, I know. She goes on to say, Shaq was so sweet and even performed a magic trick for our daughter while the whole restaurant watched. It's an anniversary we'll never forget. How sweet. Okay, our last celebrity fan out comes from three of my Wendy staffers who are right back there. It's Melissa P, Noel G, and Marco L. And you guys in the audience know who Melissa and Noel are because they handled you getting here. Anyway, this is what they say. So they said, this August we took a trip to, why couldn't you guys just tell me this? They wrote it. This August we took a trip to Vegas and stayed at the Cosmopolitan Hotel. We were walking through the hotel's casino, and you'll never believe who we saw walk out of the men's room. It was Joe Jackson. Look. No, there's more. He wasn't very friendly, but when we told him we were huge fans, he agreed to let us take the photo with him, but told us, hurry up, can't you see she's waiting? And pointed to a young woman standing nearby. After we took the photo, we asked him if he wanted to see it, but he said no and stormed off. Love it. Thank you, everybody. I love Celebrity Fan Out. If you've ever had a celebrity encounter and you want to share it with us, go to wendyshow.com and keep it here, because up next, the very funny Anthony Anderson is here. It's always a good time when my next guest stops by. He's here today with a very special announcement that he wants to share only with us. Please welcome back the very funny Dr. Anthony Anderson. Hi, Doctor.
Hey, Mama, how are you?
Good. Now, we talked about this last time Anthony was here. He received his honorary doctorate from a university. I respect the DR period, so I call him Doctor.
Right. Thank you. I appreciate that.
When I hugged you, I just felt the delicious material of your suit.
All right.
You're very stylish.
Thank you very much. Thanks to my tailor, Woody Wilson.
Yes.
Hey, what up, Woody? I need a free suit for that plug now.
Now, since you've lost such a dramatic amount of weight,
right.
Do you find it's easier just to run into stores and get things with only a little tailoring, or are you still getting things custom?
I still get them custom made, but I can buy off the rack now. I was never buy off the rack size before the 50 pounds.
Yes.
Yeah. I was always in a big and tall store, leaning towards the big, because I'm not that tall.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when they canceled, Anthony was on a show that I loved. It's called Guys with Kids. It was produced by Jimmy Fallon. Mm-hmm. But the network canceled it, and I heard because you were giving them a nipple gate. Now let's talk about it.
I don't think my nipples was the sole reason for the cancellation of them. All right, I guess I can share it. I have huge nipples. And so 3 episodes in, I I get a call from wardrobe, and they bring me big doilies and pasties to put on, because apparently the network had concerns that I was going to poke somebody's eye out. So for 16 episodes, I had to cover up my nipples up under my t-shirt.
Don't they hurt when you pull them off?
I have no hair around my areola now.
Oh my gosh.
I no longer have hair.
They're the worst.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, so but now you have a new job as a host of a game show on NBC. Tell us about the show.
I do. It's called Hollywood. No, that's the game on
Hollywood
Amazon.
X's.
Yeah, it was something. I got so many jobs. I'm Jamaican.
Jamaican.
What is this job? Oh, it's called Wall of Fame.
Wall of Fame.
Wall of Fame. It's a modern-day version of Hollywood Squares. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that I'm doing with NBC. And subsequently, Jimmy Fallon is producing another game show that I'm going to host for NBC as well, called Laugh Out Loud, which is a modern-day version of Make Me Laugh.
Your wife is a heck of a woman. She's holding down the household and the children while you're busy working.
Yes.
But go on, Anthony.
Well, you know, private school is expensive. You know that.
Yes, I know. Now look at me. All right, because Anthony, isn't that a beautiful family? Anthony's a big fan of the Housewives like we are. And so, have you been watching anything at all? Do you know about Teresa and Joe? They could be going to jail.
Yeah, they could be going to jail.
Yeah.
Did we do that? Because it seemed like right after our reenactment, the House of Cards fell.
Well, they did it by being flashy on TV in front of all of us. However, you know what, Teresa and Joe? I was thinking about this, everybody. I'm thinking, if they really love one another, then Joe will take the fall while Teresa stays free and takes care of the children.
Oh, no, what you mean?
No, somebody's got to take the fall. Both of them can't go to jail.
Why can't Teresa take the fall?
Because there's nothing like the love of a mother, and everybody knows that.
She can love from incarceration?
Anyway, just a thought, but we'll get back to you at another time with that one. But yeah, no, Joe, you take the fall.
No, Joe, don't do it. Don't do it, Joe. Joe got to get out there and make that paper.
Joe is going to be deported to Italy.
Oh.
Now look at me.
I'm looking.
I'm sorry, not look. I meant listen.
I'm looking and listening.
No, look. Did you watch Dancing with the Stars last night?
I did not, but I heard about it.
Where? Up there when I was talking about it on Hot Topics?
On Hot Topics? No, I heard about it. Yo, they got a thick girl on there now.
Amber Riley?
Amber Riley. I'm glad that they got a thick girl on there representing for the thick girls. Look at that. Give it up for Amber.
Yep. Amber's from Glee, and she's a good time. So,
but I don't know how, because you know, what's her partner's name?
Derek Hough.
You know, Derek is famous for, them lifts and all that. I want to see him lift Amber. That's what I want to see.
Don't do it, Amber. He might drop you. Don't do it. I was Tony's partner, and I told him, I said, both my feet will be on the ground this entire season, so I guess we won't win. Okay, so now we follow Coco T, and she celebrates, Ice-T's wife, she celebrates Thong Thursday on her Twitter. You go there, and you see her in a thong. And so we noticed that because we follow you too, you celebrate Stretch Mark Sunday.
Stretch Mark Sunday. Me and my family, we get together and we have barbecue pool parties at our house, and we call it Stretch Mark Sunday.
Yes.
We're all north of 40 and, not in the best of shape.
Yes.
But we flaunt it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm proud of my stretch marks.
Look.
I'm proud of my stretch marks and my nipples.
You know what? And I'm proud that you're proud. I'm one of those people too. I mean, whoever you are, flaunt it. Like, for instance, look at Anthony in a Speedo as a fat guy.
What?
Just. You didn't think we'd find that picture? Oh, Anthony. But you know what I love? You know what I love? The nose plugs and the bathing cap just set it off. Go on, Anthony. Be proud. So,
ain't no shame in my game.
Love it.
I represent for the big man.
Anthony, I know that you came here with a big announcement, so talk about your big announcement. It's big.
It's big.
Yes.
Everybody's going home with a house! Yay!
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You get a house. You get a house. You get a house. It's a Barbie playhouse, but you got it. No, I'm hosting the Soul Train Awards this year.
Look at you.
Yeah. Hosting the Soul Train Awards. They finally decided to give me a job. Thank you, Paxton Baker. Thank you.
Yeah, well, listen, up next, everybody, Anthony and I are going to reveal the nominees.
Ooh, wait a minute, are we?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Well, I have them, so we're going to talk. The nominees in 3 of the top categories at the Soul Train Awards. Don't miss it.
Don't miss
Keep
it.
it here. The phenomenal Dr. Anthony Anderson, who just announced us that he's exclusively that he's going to be the host of this year's Soul Train Awards. So Anthony, now we're going to reveal the nominees in 3 of the top categories. Anthony, take it away.
Our first category is Best New Artist. Bridget Kelly.
K. Michelle.
Compton's very own Kendrick Lamar.
Tamar Braxton.
And my boys, TGT.
Okay.
Give it up. And those are the nominations for Best New Artist.
Wait, if I had to pick a winner based on the claps, I would say K. Michelle in that category. You won't clap now.
Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
Okay, well, you know what? You go to the website and you vote.
There. Go ahead.
Our next category is Song of the Year. Blurred Lines, Robin Thicke featuring Pharrell and T.I.
Diamonds, Rihanna.
Oh, Fine China, Chris Brown.
Love and War, Tamar Braxton.
Poetic Justice, Kendrick Lamar featuring Drake. Whoa!
And finally, for Song of the Year, Suit and Tie, Justin Timberlake featuring Jay-Z.
And those are the nominations for Song of the Year. Oh, our last category for today.
No, it's Album of the Year.
Album of the Year.
Yeah.
No, this is Album of the Year.
Go
The
ahead.
last thing I know is live.
Go ahead,
Come on,
sorry.
follow the teleprompter, woman. The 2020 Experience, Justin Timberlake.
Good Kid, Mad City, Kendrick Lamar.
Cracker Barrel Zone, Kaleidoscope Dream, Miguel.
Magna Carta, Holy Grail, Jay-Z.
The Side Effects of You, Fantasia.
And finally, for Album of the Year, Unapologetic, Rihanna.
All right. And those are the nominations for Album of the Year.
Now, make sure that you watch the 2013 Soul Train Awards. It's going to be December 1st at 9 p.m. on Centric and BET. So, Anthony, Doctor, what are you going to do to make your hosting special?
I'm going to strip down to my Speedo that y'all saw me in that picture with. No, I'm joking. Oh, Anthony calls some music. Somebody play some music. They want me to twerk my jelly.
Anthony Anderson, everybody, show him some love. Anthony, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you.
Keep it where you got it, everybody.
Thank you.
Ask Wendy is next. Welcome back. Okay, it's time for Ask Wendy. How you doing?
How you doing?
Good. What's your name?
I'm Lauren.
How can I help?
So I've been with my boyfriend for about a year now, and we have a lot of trust in each other. But you know, I'll go out with my girlfriends on the weekends. We'll go to the club, the bar, whatever. You know, sometimes he'll stay home.
Right.
I'll accept a free drink or two from a guy, but I will walk away. You know, do you think this is inappropriate? But let's remember, I live in New York, and drinks are expensive.
Everything's expensive.
Really expensive.
Do you work a job?
I do.
But you're young, so it's probably not so much money where you want to.
Right, I got rent, you know.
Yeah. How long
bills,
have you
all
been with
that.
your boyfriend?
About a year.
Okay. Does he know that you accept drinks from other guys?
Still.
Because this is what I'm going gonna say, when you accept a drink from a guy, it usually implies that he can take it to the next level. However, that's not all guys. Some guys, you can accept a drink, they can tell you your eyes are beautiful, and you say, thank you, I have a boyfriend, and it's fine. So I would say, don't cut off your supply, because it's not like you're leaving with these guys or giving them false hope. Do you understand? And things are expensive here in New York, so continue, but operate under good intention, okay?
Great.
All right, very well. We've got time for another quick one. How you doing?
Hi, Wendy. My name is Jennifer. How you doing?
Hi, Jen.
So, my oldest son is 23, and he goes to college in Florida.
Oh.
I have a text the other day, and he said, Mom, can I bring my girlfriend home for Christmas? That means to stay at our house.
Yes, and break is usually like 3 weeks.
Oh, gosh.
Yes.
Well, my husband and I, we don't know. What should we do?
Let them come. Is there a place where the young lady can stay? Not in his room. And this is where having a father in the house is very, very important. You're gonna have your husband talk to your son behind your back. And your husband's gonna let your son know you will not disrespect your mother by using your childhood bedroom as the smushing room, number one. Son,
Honey, do you hear that?
Son, I was young once too, and I know what young people do. But you break your mother's heart and see how many bones I break on you. The young lady will be sleeping in a guest room or in the basement or at the local hotel, okay? And they're still gonna be smushing, Mom. It's just that you better not, oh, come on, you remember college. But you better not know about it.
Can you write a letter for me so I can take it home?
We come on midnight on BET. Make sure that he watches this. Everybody, keep it where you got it. We're gonna reveal our audience eye candy of the day. Don't miss it. This is Ramona McCoy from Crown Heights, Brooklyn, and she's our audience eye candy of the day. Just yesterday, we were talking about the exposed midriff as long as you cover the belly button. Tell us about your outfit.
Well, I got my blazer from H&M. It was $25. My lace crop top from Forever 21 for $10. My skirt from Forever 21 for $11. And my shoes for $50 from Steve Madden.
Diva on a budget. Here's your Diva fan. We'll be right back. Keep it here. Thanks, Ramona. I want to thank Anthony Anderson, the doctor, and my co-host, my studio audience. Tomorrow, the fabulous Jenny McCarthy will be here, plus all the latest juicy hot topics, you know. I love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time on Wendy. Bye-bye.